Welcome to Wrestling Brothers Breakdown.
We're brothers who like wrestling.
Oh yeah. This is our AEW All Out prediction show.
All out, all in, double or nothing.
All Elite Wrestling.
Where's my Kenny Omega? He didn't bring. I'm keeping my background the same. It didn't work.
Yeah. I am traveling. I am not at my home location, so I do not have Chris Jericho on the shelf behind me. Wish me luck. I don't think he's on the card for this one. So, this is in Chicago tomorrow night. I'll get this posted up tomorrow before the show. Before they moved it, it was on Labor Day weekend this last weekend. I was going to go up to Chicago and try to watch this show in person. It would have been awesome. But they moved it a week back, and I was not able to do that. So
let's get my belt back. Well, I guess you've never had it yet. So
you've never had it yet.
And new.
All right. This is from Bleacher Report. This is the cards. We will just go over it. I don't know if this is the order of the matches on the show, but all right, first up, we've got Saraya versus Jamie Hayter.
Okay.
So Jamie Hayter has returned from a year off for a shoulder injury.
Ooh.
And I guess she was mad at Saraya or something. I don't remember all the storyline. I know that she got a big pop and everyone's excited about Jamie Hayter. It's been too long for me to remember. I'm not invested in the story because I just can't keep track of it right now. And I watch a lot of AEW, so maybe that's bad on me. So
you call yourself a fan?
Yeah, I watched 1/3 of it that they put out every week. I read a lot on Twitter and Reddit and
What's a Twitter?
X, whatever. All right.
So who you picking for that?
For this one, I'm gonna pick Jamie Hayter. They haven't done a lot with Saraya since her faction fell apart because one of them got pregnant. And she's a part-timer. So Jamie Hayter came back to a big pop. I think they're going to use it to build momentum, and she'll beat down Saraya and then go on to do something else, is what I'm predicting.
All right, well, I'm going to already have the first opposite and correct pick. Give me Saraya. Let's just start it out. I don't want to agree with you on everything.
Yeah?
I do that on the other show. I talked you into making picks. So this one, I'm like, nope, I'm not.
And it could go either way, so who knows? They could build a story off either direction. So this is just a coin flip for me.
Saraya for the win.
All right.
This won't be a pre-show kickoff, you think?
I don't know. This article didn't say what is going to be on the pre-show or not. So maybe I think there's going to be. I just watched Collision and Rampage, and there was a bunch of filler matches that I was just like, okay, there's plenty of stuff that they can put on the pre-show.
Cool story, bro.
All right. Next matchup is FTR versus the Grizzled Young Veterans.
Ooh.
They are from NXT UK formerly. And they showed up like a week or two ago, maybe? I don't know. I'm watching, actually, they're showing up the card on the TV right here. The matches. So I'm watching to see. That one looks good, Hangman and Swerve. All right, anyways.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
So, I'm going to pick FTR to win on this one.
But we got to go opposite. I was thinking, give me the Grizzly Veterans.
I think they're too young. They're too young. The Grizzled Young Veteran. I think it would be too
soon.
It would hurt FTR too much to lose to put them over. Maybe not, but I don't feel like there's a big story here. Maybe they're trying to build something.
We got to go all in. Oh wait, all out. Whatever. Yeah.
So sometimes it's hard to build a story in 2 weeks or pick up on stories that were going on before if you have a pay-per-view a week out or 2 weeks out. But then this happened last year. I was like, there's no way they can build a story for a pay-per-view 1 week later. And that pay-per-view ended up being almost as good, if not really good. And so I don't have high expectations for this one. I'm not super excited. And I think that I'm going to be completely wrong, and it's going to be a freaking awesome pay-per-view. And I'm going to be totally surprised by a ton of these matches. And that's what I'm hoping for. And some great story payoffs, you know.
All right. Another, man, either we could go all in or all out and be terribly wrong or got him all right.
Who'd you pick?
I'm going to go with the Grizzled G-Money Veterans.
Young Veterans. They're British, so I have to vote against them.
Cheerio, mate.
Yeah. All right. Next up, Willow Nightingale versus Chris Statlander. This says chain match, but it's a Chicago street fight. I don't know why they named it chain match.
So expect a lot of, weapons and everything, and referees climbing in to clear out the ring.
Hey, you don't want to land on broken tables, man.
You get paid to do this. Why can't you just suck it up?
Jump to the left a little further.
Jump to the left.
So this is actually this match actually has a lot of story going for it, and they've had a lot on off again rivalry for over a year. They used to be friends. There was a big turn. Willow has been various championships. Chris Stratlander has some momentum. She's paired with what's his name, goofball manager. I can't remember now. Not Don Callis, the other one.
Yeah, I can't. Give me Willow. I'm gonna go with Willow Nightingale. And what's that? Who's the AEW Women's Champ? Was it the Mariah?
Mariah May, yeah.
Yeah, so I think that'll be their next feud. So Willow and Mariah, but give me Willow for the win.
Yeah, Willow's been former TBS champ. I think I could see this one going either way too. Like I call it a coin flip. I'm gonna go with Willow on you as well, and I think they're gonna let her have some, and then they'll send Chris Stratlander maybe after the other belt with some momentum. You know, like they've both got potential momentum and stuff in the women's division. They're at the higher end of the women's division, in my opinion. And so one of them or both of them will be in championship storylines here pretty soon.
Double or Nothing or whatever. All their
No, next up is Wrestle Dream in October, and then Full Gear. Oh wait, then they got Full Gear and they got End of Days or something. Yeah, it's weird. Since they've gone to the 7 or 8 pay-per-views a year format, and I really liked the 4 a year format.
Yeah.
So.
All right, so we agreed on that one.
All right. Next up, MJF versus Daniel Garcia. So I just finished today watching Wednesday's Dynamite, and this was a good segment. This has a good story, a good grudge match. I'm invested in it. MJF just came off a loss at All Out.
Yeah, can't go 0 for 2. He's gonna win.
Yeah, but they're really building Daniel Garcia, and he's got momentum too. So I think MJF will win dirty.
Oh.
And the feud will continue. That's what I think.
Are we doing bold takes and dashing dorky?
Dashing dorky. No, we do. Dual belt Derek does need to make a dashing take. So I haven't decided. I just haven't thought of one yet. Sometimes it's hard for me to think of it on the fly while we're recording. I was like, I probably should have thought of it ahead of time.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, someone's going to cheat and someone's going to lose.
Someone's going to call Brian Danielson Daniel Bryanson or whatever.
Brian.
Yeah. Good old JR.
I did it 100 times last episode, so.
So we agree on that.
So I'm going to call MJF to win, but it is another coin flip. Could go either way. So when you can't tell who's going to win, I think that it could go. That makes it exciting. Like that's what I felt about Bash at Berlin. I was like, we knew how most of them were going to go, and so I was like, okay, can you make it entertaining even if I know the outcome? Here you have an opportunity to make it entertaining because I don't know the outcome, and you could make it great either direction.
I guess MJF won't come out with all his huge American flag and all that because
it'll be interesting to see. This will be the match of the night. This is the main event. I've already heard that. Hangman Adam Page versus Swerve Strickland, cage match and lights out match. So basically, anything goes, weapons, all that in a cage match. Have you seen the highlights from Dynamite about this?
Do what?
Have you seen the highlights on the story of this from Dynamite? Okay, so early on in the show, they ran a segment where they talked about Swerve. He just re-signed his contract for like 5 or 6 years.
Yeah.
A new contract. And he said with that money, he was able to go buy his childhood home, that he grew up in and stuff. So he buys his home in New Orleans or wherever it is. And then at the end of the night, they're going to do a contract signing, for this match. And Swerve comes out and sits at the table. They play Adam Page's music. He doesn't show up. And they're like, oh, we'll try again. They play his music again. He doesn't come out. And then all of a sudden he shows up on screen. And he's at his house. And Swerve had gone into Hangman's house probably 6 months ago and tore up some stuff. And so Hangman goes into Swerve's house that he just bought. And he's walking around talking and he's just berating Swerve, really just bashing him and stuff. And then you see he's carrying around a gas can and he's dumping gasoline as he's walking through the house. And then he goes and sits out in a chair out in the front yard and just says, I told you I was going to burn everything you love to the ground and burn you. And then he just lights a match and just like sets it on the ground behind him. And the show goes off the air with the house just in flames. Not CGI. I mean, they were really They really set a house on fire.
Wow.
So just awesome imagery, awesome storytelling. Hangman Page looks just insane, intense. Like I'm gonna do whatever. He's done this unhinged character very well.
Yeah.
And this rivalry has been one of the best rivalries probably ever in AEW. It's been going on for over a year, if not longer. It'll probably be like the classic Stone Cold versus The Rock, one of
I was
those
gonna
type.
say that. Yeah. Was it gonna be one of those?
It's that good, and they can, one of them can go away or one can go be champ for a while, and then they come back and be like, they just light that rivalry right back up, and it's just like, oh man, you're totally right, invested right back again. So
Yeah.
this is gonna be a banger of a match, to quote Sheamus, and and it's going on last, so it's gonna be really good.
Ooh.
So I'm gonna pick. Oh, who do I pick to win?
Yeah.
We win
Yeah.
as the fans. We're going to win. No, I'm gonna pick Hangman Page to win. He's gonna keep building momentum, and it's gonna keep toying with Swerve, and Swerve's gonna have a down on his luck period since he just lost his championship belt, and he'll wander through the mid card and back up to the top for the next 6 months. So I predict Adam Page. That's my pick.
I'm gonna go with Swerve. Like, I thought he looked pretty good. Last one. I'm just.
Swerve's awesome. He's a made man. He's a main eventer. Like I'm no denying that. I agree.
I think he can keep them. I don't know their record against each other in pay-per-views or whatever, but yeah, I'm gonna go with Swerve, and then that's who's gonna win. It's just plain and simple.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see.
No
This is
doubt.
going to be our. This is the most varied picks we've ever had on a pay per view. So one of us is going to win big, and one of us is going to lose big, or we're going to get
Split about even.
get a dead tie.
Yep.
All right. Orange Cassidy. That's not right. Is it? No,
No.
that's a typo. It's
Ruh-roh.
It's Jack Perry. Way to go, Bleacher Report.
Ruh-roh. Yeah. Shout out. No shout out. Bleach Report. Boo.
So yeah, Bryan Danielson versus TNT champion Jack Perry.
Jack Perry. Not Orange.
Jack, yeah, not Orange Cassidy. I don't know why they have that on there. Am I looking at like last year's? No, this says 2024. So yeah, Jack Perry he pinned Bryan Danielson back at Double or Nothing in the Anarchy in the Arena match.
Ooh.
So he has beaten Danielson.
But you can't. 2 weeks after he wins in London, he's not giving it up. Bryan Danielson's gonna
Unless he's just super hurt, super fast. I mean, I know that he said he needs neck surgery, but I can't imagine.
Ooh,
He's a
yeah.
Seattle guy, and Wrestle Dream's up in Seattle or Oregon somewhere.
Somewhere
It's either going to be
West Coast.
there or at Christmas time at World's End.
Yeah.
So I think it'll be a really good match, but Bryan Danielson's going to retain. He can't lose it on his first defense.
Yeah, that would be bad.
Yeah.
So.
You pick Bryan Danielson too?
Oh yeah.
All right. Is that all of them?
No. Do we do Will Ospreay versus Pac?
Oh, you're right. They are missing something. All right. This website says
I'm on CBS. Shout out to CBS Sports.
Jack Perry, TBS.
Will Ospreay
You're right. International champion.
versus Pac.
Pac, you're right. Pac is the first international champion when it was the All Atlantic Championship.
Really?
When it came out first. Yep, he had it, and then Orange Cassidy had it. And Pac was a fighting champion. I still would say Orange Cassidy was the best international champion because he defended it for like 80-something weeks in a row, it felt like.
Wow.
Well, it probably wasn't 80, but it was a lot.
Yeah. Give me the what do you call it? The Assassin's Creed guy, Will Ospreay, the champ.
Will Ospreay will retain. I agree.
Oh, yeah. Definitely will. No doubt about it. But that's interesting. Like this does seem like some good matches, though.
They are some good matches, and like I said, when you're like, oh, there's not been enough time to build it. That's when they'll pull out and they'll go even crazier and they'll amaze you, and you just be
Yeah.
like, oh man. And this is why I try to catch up on every Wednesday night because something good happens, and
Yeah.
for a 2-hour show, there's 5 to 7 matches.
That's pretty
and
good.
you watch a Monday Night Raw, it's a
You get
3-hour
3
show,
matches,
and you'll get 5
6.
matches if you're lucky. And I'm not saying that comedy segments and stuff aren't, and
Yeah.
there's a lot of good stuff in there too, but I can't watch 5 hours a week of either company,
Uh-huh.
So it's highlights, it's X highlights, Instagram
We're
highlights.
making millions of dollars on this, then we can watch 5 hours.
Right. Yeah, if this is my full-time job and we did a wrestling podcast every single day, sign me up. Sure, we'll do it. But This is just for fun. So
Two more matches: a tag team championship match and a women's championship match.
what's the tag team match? Oh, it's Young Bucks versus
Blackpool
Compact Club.
Compact. Yeah, it's been a long day. But wasn't Claudio part of the trios champs? And what?
Yeah.
Did he already lose them?
No, he's gonna. They're trying to go for 2 belts.
That sounds good. Okay, so they can do that.
Yes. So I don't know if I bumped that off the screen, but oh well. We'll see if it had the screen or
Well,
not.
I just found my bold take because it got to be bold. It can't be always right because then that's not very bold. My bold take: Claudio and Mr. Wheeler Utah will be the new champs, and Claudio will be a 2-belt Mr. Tag Team Championship, trios and tag team. So
Nice.
that's my bold take. Combat Club is going to win the belts and new AEW World Tag Team Championship.
I think they will win as well. So I'm going to pick that as well. Not your bold take, but I'm going to pick that Claudio and them win. They need to do something with the tag belts besides just have the EVPs being jerkwads. That's my PG version.
But they do a very good job.
They're doing a great job at it, but I was like, okay, like, are we going to keep doing this forever? Like, let's do something with it. Like,
Yep.
so I can't imagine they're trying to write out storylines for 5 hours a week and months in advance and plan for who got hurt or who got mad or who got fired or whatever, and having to adjust all the time.
GPT or AI is
Right.
write me a 5-hour episode of that.
Wrestling drama. Now add in silliness.
Oh, and then finally, the AEW TBS Championship. Mercedes Moné versus Hikaru Shida.
Hikaru Shida, yeah. She is the 3-time women's champion, AEW champion, and the longest reigning AEW champion. But I never remember or pay attention to her because she's one of the Japanese girls.
Yeah.
And so they don't get over as well because they struggle with the English. And I'm not trying to be mean or racist or anything. Just she has a kendo stick, and that's all I remember about her is that she hits people a lot with a kendo stick.
Yeah.
So
Kind of her thing then, I guess. I don't know.
I'm gonna pick. I would pick Hikaru Shida to win. She's
Really?
just came back and got some momentum. And mostly picking because I hate Mercedes Moné. I'm so over it. I'm just, oh my gosh, it's Mercedes Moné. See, I guess that means they're doing a good job of. I don't know if they're pushing her as a heel, but I'm over it. I'm just like, ugh.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with the champ. I don't like her. Just she can't.
Yeah, she'll probably win, but
Yeah. So I almost said maybe I'm mixing. You get tired, you start mixing and matching. I was like, maybe it's Tiff time and she'll cash in the money in the bank and be the new. Oh wait, wrong thing. So
yeah.
no mixing and matching there. So I'm like, well, wrong thing. Can't do that. Can't do that.
Dude,
Well, I got my bold take, which will probably be wrong, but maybe not. But what about your dashing take?
dashing take. My dashing take is something about the cage match.
Cage will fall apart.
So
Or
usually they have a cage to lock people in, and then like someone always breaks in or breaks out. That's been kind of my dashing take's gonna be it'll be a boring take. No one will break into the cage.
no one will break in.
And then,
That's
somebody-
Derek's Dole take.
Dole take, and 2 people, and both of them will bleed. And we will have a creative new weapon that we haven't seen yet. It won't just. It'll be thumbtacks and trash cans and all that stuff. But-
No one will break into. I gotta write this down. No one will break into the cage.
And both will bleed. There, I'll make it a 2-part parlay.
Oh, a 2-parter. That's
It's still kind of dull, but whatever. I'm tired.
both will bleed and die. Oh wait, no, that's too much. Too much.
And a new weapon. As a 3-parter. A new weapon we haven't seen before.
Okay, well, all right.
Like they did marbles one time and they did dice one time. They pull out the bag and you think it's tax. And they dumped dice and lit Legos one time, which I think that.
diaper on fire. Like, oh, that's new.
Yeah.
So, all right, the unsanctioned lights out steel cage. So, what do they call it? The lights out light.
Lights Out is their version of hardcore match.
Okay. It's like,
Bit-
does that mean like
weapons? So they say lights
Oh.
out, it's weapons. no
If you
hold.
go freaky dark like Wyatt Six or Undertaker, like the lights go out and there's like, oh, who is it? Oh my gosh.
No, I don't think they have a supernatural character. Danhausen's not really around anymore.
Yeah.
All right,
See?
so that's the pay-per-view tomorrow night. I'll try to get these shows posted tomorrow. This one will do while I'm at work tomorrow.
No Ricochet matches or anything. Come
Yeah,
on.
it's surprising. Maybe he'll be interfere and start to build a story off somebody, but he had a match on Dynamite against somebody, Kyle Fletcher. It looked really good too.
Yeah.
So
Well, let's see. We have
8 matches or 9 matches.
9. I'm trying to see how many are different. 1, 2, 3, 4 different ones. Looks like. Yep, 4 different takes. So somebody could go up 4 picks.
Nice.
Or
So
put 'em
one of
2,
us is going to stay positive on our record. One of us is going to go negative. Someone's going to break the tie of the pay-per-view wins 2-2.
Ooh, someone's gonna be and new AEW
Well, then we'll each have a belt. We each had a belt for a while, and now I have both. So we'll see if
TBS the 5-time 549.
2 times. Yeah, we'll have to keep track. I am the 2. So right now I'm 1 time of each. You're 1 time WWE. So it's like, yeah, I'm 17-time winner of this belt.
Acknowledge me.
You're like, are you guys still doing that podcast in 2035? Like, yes.
65-time I-49 K7. Pull R-Truth.
R-Truth, yeah.
What's up? Good stuff.
Good stuff. All right, that is our predictions. That is our preview for All Out AEW
We're all
in
out
Chicago.
of time.
All out of time. All Elite Wrestling. Hit us up on socials
All Elite.
at Wrestling Brothers Breakdown on YouTube, at WB Breakdown Show on X and Instagram, WrestlingBrothersBreakdown@gmail.com. Hit us up. Let us know what you think.
If your brothers, hey, let's have a tag team match, or maybe we have some other brother we don't know about. Mom never told us we could have a trios match. You know.
See if I can just get 4 pictures on the screen of people, and that's a lot of work with Zoom and all this junk.
Yeah, that would be fun though.
All right.
Live. So.
That will do it for today's show. We will catch you
out.
guys next time. Later.
See ya.